This is a Follow My Challenge GSM GPS tracker. So it uses a combination of cell networks and GPS for its location and updating its position. So it takes the GPS for its location, and then it transmits that data via one of any of the major cell networks to our server, updating usually every 5 minutes, although you may be taking part in an event where that's changed, but typically it's every 5 minutes. So to turn on the tracker, you take the power button there, and it's a recessed power button, so you can't accidentally press it, and take the tip of your finger or thumb and just hold down, and in about 5 seconds the lights should flash on. There you see the power button come on, and then the GPS and cell network lights start to flash. Whilst these are both flashing, it's looking for satellites and also for the cell network. Once it gets a satellite signal, the blue light will stop flashing, and it will just slowly flash the cell network signal, which, as we're inside right now, it's probably not going to stop flashing. The tracker itself, once it's on, you can just leave it. You don't need to worry too much about the battery, which will last roughly 6 days, depending on conditions. If you do need to charge it, there is a USB port on the side, and you'll be provided with a mini USB cable. You just dig a nail under there, and you can pop it open. This little rubberized tab keeps the tracker water resistant, so when this is open, the tracker isn't water resistant, but we still recommend storing it inside a plastic bag. You plug that in, and all the lights will come on, and it will start flashing when it's charging, and then once it's done charging, the red power light will stop flashing. It usually takes about 2 to 3 hours for a full charge. And then once you're done, you seal that back up. And to turn the tracker off, you again take the power button at the top and you hold it down, and a few seconds later the power light should start to flash. Once it started flashing, you can release, and then about 10 to 20 seconds it will start to power down. All the lights will be flashing. You'll see that red power light flashing, which means it's powering down, and eventually they should all turn off like that on cue. So when you look at mounting your tracker, ideally wherever you put it, you should put it inside one of these little plastic bags. This is a biodegradable plastic one, so it will decompose in a couple of years. And when it comes to mounting them on your bike, the key thing is that it has an unobstructed view of the sky, ideally with nothing solid in between it. That's the key thing. So several places that work. In top tube bag here would be a great choice, or if you've got one of these little pouches on the front, you can put them in the pockets on the side there. Try not to put them underneath the handlebars, because often you'll have phones and Wahoos and Garmin's or whatever at the top there, which will possibly interfere with the tracker signal. So try and keep them away from there. And alternatively, you could put in your rear bag, as long as you can make sure it stays on the top. Obviously this is a tail fin, but if you've got more like an Apodura style one, just make sure you place it on the end when you're wrapping it up or rolling it up. And then another really good place is actually just in your jersey pocket, which should obviously be completely unobstructed view of the sky. Places to avoid would be anywhere down by the bottom bracket or underneath the seats, because those both get quite obstructed. Putting it in a frame bag can work, but is certainly not ideal because often it's obstructed. So yeah, there's a few options there, and hopefully you'll find one of them that works.